Hey everybody, it's Sarah Bailey. How are you doing? Today I want to talk to you about where to get free leads for your MLM or your network marketing business. There are millions of people out there who are looking for extra ways to earn money from home, and you just got to find them. And there are lots of places where you can find them, and some of them might surprise you. And I have tips for you from three of the industry giants today. One of them is Jeffery Combs. He's coached over 7,000 people. Many of them are 6 and 7 figure earners in our industry. There's Ray Higdon, he's the top earner in his company, and also Tom Challan. Now, Tom Challan is somebody who in 1 year personally enrolled 500 people. That's like 1 to 3 people every single day, and he did it mostly by talking to people in the cold market. And one thing that Jeffery Combs says is that leads are a way of life. It's just as you go throughout your day, you're going to run into people who could potentially be great in your business. And something that Tom Challan says is that for you to have a good business, you need to have more people to talk to in a day than you have time in a day to get to all of them. So where do you find them? I'm going to give you a list of them, and I'm also going to give you some tips of what to say to them when you call them up. And these are in no particular order. First of all, friends and family. And you already know that one, of course, but if you are afraid to approach your friends and family, then you have not been trained properly. And we could talk about that in a different post. And one of my favorite places to talk to people is on Facebook. On Facebook, you can find the friends that you have already and start conversations with them. Facebook is not a place to throw up on everybody on your wall with posts all over the place about your business and links for your business. You don't want to do that. To get the best connections with people, you want to send them private messages and go back and forth with private messaging. It's the best way to do it. There's also Facebook groups that you can go to. Go to ones where you're going to find inspirational leaders who are posting, and also the people who are following them. A lot of people like to go to Tony Robbins. There's Jim Rohn. There's Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. Danny Johnson. There are a whole bunch of them out there. You can also look for groups that have specialties in the areas that your business is growing in. So it could be in weight loss. It could be travel. It could be coins. It could be skincare. I mean, there are a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of different groups that you could go to. Now, beyond Facebook, there's also LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is where the professionals hang out. So these are people who, I think the average income in LinkedIn is around 100 grand a year. And those are great places to connect with people too. There's also Twitter and YouTube. And YouTube, you could look at other people's videos and see what they're saying and see if they're really, if they really have the personality that you're looking for in somebody joining your team. Excuse me for a second. Many of you know who I am in my story, and recently I was diagnosed with cancer in my neck, and I went through a bunch of radiation, and it killed my salivary glands. So you're going to see me drinking water, and don't feel sorry for me. I don't want sympathy. I am conquering it, and I have too many things to do on this earth and too many people to help to be held back by cancer. So it's not going to be my identity. Okay, so moving on. Other groups you can go to. There are networking groups in your local area. Those are great places to meet people. Like they have these business after hour events with Chamber of Commerce groups. You can go and Google networking events and the name of your city, and you'll find some. Another thing you can go to is meetup.com, meetup.com. And at meetup.com, you'll find hundreds and thousands of different groups all over the country. There are groups that are for mom and baby. There's also like health and wellness groups, there are hiking groups, there are professional groups, there are realtor groups, all different kinds of groups that you can go to. Then another thing you can do is Google professionals. So you can Google professionals in the name of your city. And then you could even go further with that and type in realtors and the name of your city, and you'll find realtors that way. Also insurance people, you could financial planners, and there are lots of different groups like that you could find local professionals in your area. And what's great about them is that these local professionals, like realtors, insurance agents, financial planners, they get residual income, and they're also mostly paid by commission. So they know how to hustle and how to work for their business. And people with those backgrounds do great in our industry. You can also, here's something that you may not have thought of before, but I want you to keep in mind that you're looking for people who are advertising for their business and people who have business cards. So think about all the places where you see ads. One of them would be in a grocery store. you're pushing around your grocery cart, and oftentimes you'll see an ad for something, right? It could be like a local insurance salesperson. So you could call that person up from the grocery store and talk to them, and I'll show you what to say in a minute. You could also go to kids' sporting events. And you know what is really good about this is that if you're watching your son or daughter play soccer or gymnastics or swimming or football or baseball, whatever they're doing, is that other parents are there too. And you'll see, like, if their kids mean enough to them that they're there or that they want to be there, is that they're probably wishing that they had more time, more free time available, that they could go to more of their kids' events. And you have something with your network marketing business that could help bring those people home and bring them home full time so they could be there for every one of their events. So you could strike up a conversation with the parents that are there. You could also go to trade shows in your area. And I don't mean to have a vendor booth, because that just keeps you locked into one spot and you wait for people to come to you. What I mean is to go to a trade show, meet the vendors who are there, and collect business cards. And after you walk away from each table with a card, maybe you could write a couple notes on the back about something that stuck out to you about that person, you know, maybe some notes that you have from your conversation, and you could call them the next day. And let's see. A great thing to do is to look for bulletin boards in your area. You'll find bulletin boards at delis, coffee shops, car washes, maybe a supermarket, maybe the library. And on these cork boards, you're going to see people advertising for their businesses, and you'll also see them posting their business cards. So go out there and just start pulling business cards down, and then you could call them the next day. So with all those groups, here are a couple things that you could do. Let's say you're pulling business cards off, or you're calling somebody from the grocery cart. You could say, hey, I wanted to reach out to you. You know, I see that you have this business. You could ask a couple questions about the business and say, listen, I'm an entrepreneur in the area, and we're expanding our business, and we're looking for local leaders like you, people who are very outgoing, people who are driven for business, people who want more out of life. Let me ask you something. Do you keep your options open for making money outside of what you're doing here with your whatever their business is? And you'll get an answer from them. And if they say yes, say, great, awesome. Okay, I only have a second right now. Let's set up a time that we can talk and go into more depth about exactly what it is that we do and what we're looking for, and to see if it's going to be a good fit for you. And it may or may not be a good fit. So you set up an appointment for the next day, or the next couple days, if you can do that. The other thing you do is, if you're at like a sporting event or at a networking event and somebody asks you what you do, this is not the time to talk about your business. Just say one simple thing. Here it is. You ready? Say, I teach people how to make money from home. And then you turn around and you ask them another question. You want to get them talking about themselves, because people love to talk about themselves. So I teach people how to make money from home. By the way, tell me about your job. Like, what is it that you like best about what you do? And then they'll talk about themselves again. And then you could follow up with them later and talk to them later about your business and see if it'd be a good fit for them. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. If you liked what you've seen and read, and then I want you to make a comment below and tell me what you liked about it. If you want to know, if you want more help with other future topics, just let me know that too. Feel free to reach out, give me a call, and I'm happy to connect with you. I hope you have an awesome day. Here's to your success.